God, still on Epic. Look at that Activision logo. God, does not fail to, whew. Anyway, guys, welcome back. And again, Sony Music Entertainment. That's just funny. I don't know why it's music. Anyway, guys, welcome back to another installment of Chris's collection. Today, we'll be looking at the second Tenchu game entitled Tenchu 2 Birth of the Stealth Assassins, which actually is my personal favorite Tenchu game of all of them. I think it's good, man. It's fun stuff. So my story behind this, once again, oh, that's so cool. Once again, this came out near the end. See, 2000. This came out near the end of the PlayStation era. PS2 was right around the corner. Let's put easy. And this was, doing its stuff. But basically, I was introduced to this by my friend Alex, and I know, always mentioning Alex, but he does, man. He introduces me to all these things. Ricky Maru, Ayame. I'll play Ricky Maru. He introduced me to this game, and I thought it was the business. I thought it was really great. It was so cool. I liked how it was a prequel to the original Tenchu. And it was just a really cool prequel. I liked the idea of how it changed the way you saw the first game, like, completely. No, Alex, showed me a bunch of stuff, and I think he beat the game in front of me, and I just thought it was fucking epic, and the mission editor was so fucking cool. Alex would make his own missions and would like show them off to me, and I would do the same. Like, I would make my own storylines that were kind of silly. And it was just a really cool game. It just had a much better story than all these other things. And I remember me and Alex used to say, man, we're almost, because Ricky Maru's 16 here, and we're like, God damn, we're almost 16, and shit, like, this dude, Ricky Maru can do like flips, and he has all these abilities, and what the fuck is wrong with us, man? Like, we can't do any of that, and Ricky Maru can. So we thought that was funny. How I got the game was funny. This kind of ties into
moving like a ninja. Climb up the stairs and practice as I instruct
you. Yeah. Oh, I can't do the ninja flip yet. How do you put your sword away? You can't. The twist. Anyway, so how I got the game was funny because I've partially told this story already in the last episode of Chris's collection, but basically my parents and I and my sister, my whole family, we went to Miami, as we often did, to visit and to have fun and shit or whatever. And oftentimes, like I mentioned last time, they would let me get a gift or two or something. And so they took us to a Toys R Us, which, god damn, man, R.I.P. Toys R Us. I got to go, by the way. This is like a little side note, but I got to go to Toys R Us, the one by my house, before it closed. It's closed now. All the stores are closed, but I got to go, and I went with my wife, and I got to take my son, and it was, God, we had such a fun time, man. It was so cool saying goodbye to something that was like so important to me, in my childhood. And so that was really cool. We said bye. What are you doing here, man? He's like, don't kill me, Ricky Maru. Fuck. Anyway, so it was really cool. It was awesome, like, doing that. But anyway, so my parents took me. This was like circa 2000 or something, and they took me to Toys R Us, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. And we went, and they're like, oh, what do you want? And I'm like, I want fucking Tenchu 2, Birth of the Stealth Assassin, because I didn't have any Tenchu games. And I knew this was a prequel, and I knew that the
Cross the
prequel.
bridge and find your way into the bamboo forest to begin your weapons training.
Okay. And I knew that Birth of the Stealth Assassin, was the first game chronologically. So, I just figured
First, gather your
that it just makes sense to play the first one chronologically, because I was kind of like, now I would probably play the first game first, and then this one second, because I don't know, if they put a big 2 next to it, I feel like that's the director's way of saying, like, I always feel like, okay, you want to see, you want to play something in whatever order you want, go ahead. But like initially, do it in the order that the people want you to do it. So if you want to see it in a chronological order, cool, or play it or whatever. But okay, double
A
tap that.
ninja must learn to be sensitive to the flow of ki around him.
What does that mean? You don't think I'm sensitive? Anyway, so I played. Uh, they told me, oh, you want this? Okay. So I got Tenchu 2, Birth of the Stealth Assassins, and I was very happy with it. And then, actually, this ties into the story of Tenchu. That's why they didn't get me Tenchu. Because when we went to the GameStop, I was like, oh man, can I get this? And they're like, no, we already bought you a video game. So they just thought it was ridiculous. And it kind of is, to ask for like 2 games in one trip. So they said, no, you just got a game, enjoy it. And I'm like, okay. And so, that was the end of it. I was just like, well, they've got a point. I do have this game. Maybe I should play it first. And then when my uncle got it, it was just cool because I was like, oh, sweet. So I was able to play Tenchu 2 and then immediately go to Tenchu 1, chronologically the next one, like straight up. So that was really cool. And yeah, me and Alex, we used to love Onikage, who appears in this game as spoiler, Suzaku the Red Sparrow, and I just always remember those names, man, because I just thought, oh god, that's so cool, like the little twist that they did, and at the very end of the game where he takes off his blindfold and he's like Onikage, he's all like evil and shit. That was such a fucking cool like little twist thing that they did. So yeah, that is my Tenchu 2 story, guys. And I guess I'll go ahead and end it here. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but that is the end of the story. So we'll go ahead and end. We'll be back, guys, on Thursday with another Chris's collection. So be on the lookout for that. Should be fun. And yeah, that's about it, guys. All right, thank you so much for watching. Take care.